Hey everyone, this is Andres Soklal. Trinidad Tobago recently took on Martinique and Guadeloupe in some friendlies, and guess what? I did not see it. I don't think anybody else saw it. Find out more about this in 1 minute. Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Extra Time TV. This is Andres Soklal. I'm going to play some football at the Raw Fitness Gym in Gasparilla, one of the coolest indoor facilities. In fact, I think the only indoor facility in Trinidad and Tobago. And speaking about Trinidad and Tobago, the Soca Warriors took on Martinique and Guadeloupe a couple of weeks ago. Dennis Lawrence played 2 games with some call-ups of young players that we didn't know, but the real issue, what I'm going to speak about. So basically, like everybody else, like all other Trinidad and Tobago fans and Soca Warrior fans and pretty much any football fan, I try to find the game. And this has been a problem that has been taking place for many years in Trinidad and Tobago. When you want to watch a football game, it is very difficult. So as a result of the game not being televised in any way, I think it was on radio, for those of you who still listen to radio, I had to go online and go to streaming sites where I could also get viruses, spyware, spam, and it is very risky to go to these sites, but I had to go to watch the game. I ended up finding a really terrible stream that lasted about 5 seconds. It was very glitchy. And the question I ask many people, why is it so difficult for a Trinidad and Tobago person to look at a Trinidad and Tobago game? Everybody else in the world can see their national games. If you wanted, I could actually see the US men's national team games on ESPN. Sure, you could argue it's a big nation, lots of money, but come on, we are a nation that has been at a World Cup. We have all this infrastructure. We have all these guys talking about development and how to help players and all the things about modern marketing, and we still cannot see a proper football game in Trinidad and Tobago. It is frustrating. And also, as a fan, not just an analyst and someone who does media and a guy who does vlogs, just as a pure football fan, is a very interesting question to ask. Why is it that we have such a difficult time seeing football games after so long? Even there was another question somebody asked me, why Trinidad and Tobago is still not in FIFA. So of course, we'll get the usual responses about, well, you know, the public doesn't understand, the fans doesn't understand. It's not their job to understand. They are consumers. They are consumers of the product. Their job is to sit and enjoy. And oftentimes I've been exposed to both ends of the spectrum. There's a level of arrogance on one side where, you know, if they're real fans, they would find out, you know, they would find the games, but they're not available. It is not their job. It is the job of the association, professional clubs, their marketing teams, if there is such a thing, to do the marketing for this. So, you know, for those who don't understand, if you have to broadcast a game, it's not a simple process. You need broadcasting rights, you need permission, certain people are in charge of the broadcasting rights, and it is the job of the association and whoever is involved to acquire those rights. Now, we all know it's well documented that the former vice president of FIFA, I won't say his name, there's some, you know, issues behind it, but I'm not going to get into that because that is not the responsibility of a fan to worry about those things. And I remember there were times that you could not see a game, and this is around the Soca Warrior time, you could not see a World Cup qualifier until it was halftime. Ridiculous. So speaking about broadcasting rights, you need certain broadcasting rights to get permission to show the game, and it is a question that I put to everybody out there because it baffles many people. Why hasn't this problem been solved? I know there was some efforts by a couple stations to show games. I remember we saw a couple games live, but it's very difficult unless it's a really big game to really see a game. You know, you can't see friendlies. Even games in Trinidad and Tobago, by extension, people don't know. So the question I ask you fans, did any of you all have to risk going to live streaming sites to get viruses on the computer, probably getting messages from some Asian girl from Singapore because you exposed your computer or your mobile device to viruses to see a Trinidad game? It is ridiculous. It is way too long for this to be happening. The fans deserve better. The people who want to support football deserve better. And if it keeps going this way, then we will have no one watching the games and they have no one to blame but themselves, and they'll want to know why no one is looking at the games. But let me know what you think in the comment section below. Do you look at the Trinidad games? Are you fed up as I am? Have you tried to look at games and was unsuccessful? Let me know what you think in the comment section below. This is Andres Soklal of EXTV signing out.